Hey there, I'm Rob with ebikes.org, and today we're taking a look at the L885 long-tail cargo bike from Radio Flyer. But before we get into the nuts and bolts of this bike, I want to remind you to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel. That helps us immensely, as well as go check out ebikes.org, where we have a ton of e-bike reviews waiting for you, as well as e-bike related content. All right, let's get to it. It's easy to see from Radio Flyer's website when you're checking out that this bike was very thoughtfully designed out. They took a lot of care and consideration into the different accessories that fit on this rear rack as well as the front. But before we get into those and dive deeper into that, let's take you through the different components of the bike and what makes this such a cool car replacement. This is an aluminum frame bike. You can see that it's well constructed. The welds look really nice. The rear rack is integrated into the frame so it can haul up to 150 pounds. Radio Flyer offers these bikes in 4 different colors. We went with the black. They have a blue, a white, and a red as well. So this is the battery, sits right in here. And they've actually designed it to fit really nicely into the frame. You can hardly tell it's the battery. It looks more just like a different part of the paint job that they have here. They've added this extra mounting point, and this is for a spare battery that fits right in here. And you can see they've included a nice little plug down here that hooks right into that power source. This is a Shimano 7-speed cassette, Shimano derailleur, and Shimano shifter up front. It's kind of the entry-level Shimano products, but it does ensure that when you take it to your local mechanic, they are able to service it. They're going to be familiar with the Shimano brand name, so that's always good. Now, the motor on the back is a 500-watt brushless rear hub motor. From my experience, this had plenty of juice to get me up the hill. I will say though that this motor does seem to make quite a bit of noise. I know that bothers some people. I'm going to start the throttle so you can hear it running. Here we go. Get that up and going. So that's full tilt. Now I do see a lot of questions about motor noise. Is this motor noisier than the other one? How much noise does this one put out? I could tell from your video that that motor made a ton of noise. Like, what's the deal? If that's a concern of yours, this probably isn't the bike for you. That's not something that really bothers me. I'm riding an e-bike. I expect it to make a little bit of noise. It's not a motorcycle. It's not that loud. It's just a little bit noisier than some of the other bikes I've ridden. This is, like I said, a heavy bike. It's coming in at 73 pounds, which is on the heavier side of e-bikes. But with that, you need good stopping power. So these are the Tektro mechanical disc brakes. These are ones we're seeing a lot on a lot of e-bikes. They're very affordable. I like them because they have an integrated bell here. Always love that sound. It actually fits really nicely when you're riding. Your finger can rest on that trigger and just ring the bell ever so nicely. But brakes are not about bells, they're about stopping power. These brakes, however, have plenty of stopping power. Even with the bike fully loaded during testing, I had no problem stopping at all. I always felt like I was in control, and there was enough grip on the 180mm rotors to safely stop. And this is the controller for the L885. You have your pretty standard speedometer and odometer, as well as your battery charge level and your pedal assist level here on the side. You can see that our odometer is at 0. While that's not accurate, we did have a problem with one of the parts on the bike, and we reached out to Radio Flyer's customer service and they handled it for us. They have VeloFix coming out in a couple of days to come replace the part free of charge. When you're buying bikes direct online, it is really, really important that you have a good customer service experience, and Radio Flyer has been nothing but amazing in this whole process. All I had to do was email them and say, hey, this part isn't working, and they gave me all the instructions to follow and set me up with an appointment for VeloFix. It was super easy. One of the reasons I'm showing you the controller is that it has a walk assist feature. So say you're stuck on a hill and you need to push your way up, but you're fully loaded with a bunch of cargo. You can put your pedal assist level down to 0 and hold down on that. And you'll see this little symbol next to the 0, and that actually gets the tire spinning for you. It's a very gentle push, but it's helpful when you're stuck on a hill and you have a fully loaded bike. So we have a 26-inch wheel up front and a 20-inch wheel on the back. That allows this integrated rack to sit over the top, giving us more payload capacity. Like I said, this holds up to 150 pounds on the rear rack. Pretty impressive. Okay, now it's time to take a look at what makes this bike really shine. The racks on the back. And right now, it's kind of in a basket configuration. Well, now these sides unclip, just like that. They unzip and fold down. Now these sides fold down flat and then buckle into this little rail that's on the side here. And the kids are able to rest their feet on here. This allows them to have a place to rest their feet, obviously, but moreover, these little side curtains prevent their feet or legs from getting stuck in the wheels. Obviously, safety is paramount when you have little kids on the back of these bikes. But up here, now they have a little safety hoop they can hang on to. There's also a zippered pocket. You can stash snacks, goodies, whatever. So Radio Flyer also sells child seats that mount onto this rear rack as well. You're able to kind of create whatever rear rack you're looking for. They have a bunch of cargo boxes. Anything your little heart desires is configurable on the back. They've put a lot of thought into that, and I think that really shows. Now on the front here, we have a basket that is mounted to the headset of the bike. This ensures that it can hold a lot of weight. It holds up to 25 pounds. This has a fabric insert with little cup holders here. It also has a zippered pocket. Keep your keys, maybe a mid-ride snack, whatever your fancy is. So they really have thought of everything. I'm very impressed with the quality of this bike. So I'm going to wrap this review up by saying that the L885 from Radio Flyer is a really solid bike and a good option for people looking to get into kind of that long-tail cargo or family hauler bike without having to break the bank. You're going to get plenty of bang for your buck. The range is more than adequate. Even though it's on the lower side of what we see on some e-bikes, it's still plenty to get you around town and get you to where you need to go. The racks in the back are, like I've said a million times, super customizable and probably the shining feature of this bike. I had a lot of fun riding this one around town. I think you should check them out. Okay, so that'll do it for our review of the L885 long-tail cargo bike from Radio Flyer. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next one.